To talk about all the top stories happening on the Hill and beyond, GOP political strategist and insider. He's the host of the Grassroots Truthcast podcast, Gene Valentino. Gene, Merry Christmas. Thanks for being with us today. Good to see you.
Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah to you, Bianca.
Thank you so much. All right, so we can get behind the bald eagle, but we are still reeling from the commutations and some of the other moves he's making in his final weeks. Now, one of the laws he signed in yesterday stops members of Congress from collecting pensions if convicted of crimes. So that's an interesting one of note here, but obviously his legacy, we know, is tarnished despite these last-minute moves.
Legacy indeed. You know, what you led with was the bald eagle. I can name one thing Joe Biden did right these last 4 years. He took the bald eagle and made it the national bird. Let's full stop right there and ixnay on everything else.
You know, we want to talk about, we showed that clip of President Trump, new administration, he's coming back, a lot of excitement. There's an interesting sort of story bubbling up on Capitol Hill. I want to get your read on Speaker Johnson. Some say, the thin House majority. There are a few who say they won't support him. Thomas Massie has been on the record saying he'll pick somebody else. Victoria Spartz says she's out now. But there's the wrinkle is that they need to certify Donald Trump's election on January 6th. January 3rd is when they vote for the new speaker, Gene.
Yeah, we have, for the first time in history, seen the mass disruption and disintegration of the Democrat Party. Would someone tell me how a Speaker of the House can make 100% of the people happy 100% of the time? While it is true that you may not like 100% of Speaker Johnson's agenda, you must admit he's kept it glued together, the Republicans glued together, and allowed for self-expression within the Republican Party, Bianca. Yeah. Unlike the Democrats, who get the whip cracked on them by Nancy Pelosi and forcing them to stay in lockstep, our Republican Party allows for free expression and individuality, and that's the way it should be.
Yeah, and I think Donald Trump has already signaled that Speaker Johnson should obviously stay in place. So we're going to watch that. Never a dull moment, even over the holidays, so we know this. Trump was reacting to Biden's commutation of death row inmates. I mean, we had cop killers, child rapists. Donald Trump says once he's back, he's going to vigorously pursue the death penalty to protect American families. Just days before the Christmas holiday, can you imagine being one of those families? I know a lot of them have spoken out, but Joe Biden just cherry picking. And, this is his right. This cannot be undone.
Well, cherry picking indeed. I wonder how many of those 1,500 commuted sentences and 39 pardons include any of the incarcerated folks from January 6th. I just wonder about that. I don't have the answer. Yet Donald Trump, Bianca, he puts a bold move. Talk about the art of the deal. He's not even in office yet, and he's got the president of Panama on his heels wondering what's going to happen with the Panama Canal. I visited that in my earlier life as county commission. We were trying to foster economic development through the Panama Canal. It's a shame what China has done to infiltrate this nation. Not too late. We saved our democracy. Donald Trump is back in place. Let's get behind the MAGA agenda and let's promote his agenda, which is what the mandate was from the nation.
And it's not a joke. You're right. China has so much control over a lot of those ports there on the canal, critical shipping lane. And he also talked about perhaps going and getting Greenland. And I don't think it's any coincidence. They say it was already planned, but Denmark is boosting defense of Greenland. Yeah. So this is all coming together. And this is even before the inauguration. So we can only imagine how much work Donald Trump will be able to get done swiftly if he's working like this over a holiday here where we're just sort of waiting for the inauguration.
And his cabinet nearly in place. Joe Biden's cabinet didn't get the same attention before it was approved of by the Senate. And you'll see a full team in place, ready to go. Tom Homan, boots on the ground already, Bianca. Unbelievable. President Trump isn't even inaugurated yet. And I was speaking with Acting ICE Director from the previous administration, Tom Homan, saying that they're already in gear, ready to take these people out.
Yes, and I think the message to any sanctuary city or Democratic mayor or governor who stands in their way, they may want to rethink that due to the legality,
Exactly.
the laws they could be breaking. Gene Valentino, always a pleasure to have you. A special thanks to you for carving out some time this Hanukkah Day 1 and Christmas. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Merry Christmas.